CBS Sports HQ presented by Under Armour. The only way is through. The Notre Dame women didn't get as far as they would have liked last season, but this season it is different. And leading the charge, head coach Niele Ivey, once an assistant for the Grizzlies, now working to build her own legacy after taking over for legendary Fighting Irish head coach Muffet McGraw. Taking a look at teams with multiple NCAA tournament titles in women's college basketball, both under Muffet, 28 being the most recent, when Ivey was an assistant, but she was a player when they won it all back in 2001. We are very pleased to welcome in Niele Ivey, head coach of the Notre Dame women's basketball team. Before we get to basketball, because there's a lot to talk about, a lot of good weeks ahead, talk to us a little bit about Notre Dame's relationship with Under Armour.
Well, it's an incredible partnership. I love Under Armour. I love everything that they stand for. Very powerful company where it's our premier partnership. They do a lot for our team. They do a lot for the university. And it's just been amazing to be a part of their brand.
I know you guys are done with the ACC tournament. Maybe didn't end exactly how you wanted, but you have the tournament ahead. We got the NCAA tournament, and you guys likely in, crossing our fingers, but we're looking good. How has the ACC schedule prepared you for that? Because, I mean, you're in a tough conference.
It's such an incredible conference. We might bring in 8 to 9 teams in the NCAA tournaments. Every night I felt like I'm going against some of the best athletes in the world, in the country, and the best coaching. And I know that we'll be well prepared with the tough schedule that we've had this season. I can't speak enough about the ACC. It was an incredible year, but also an incredible tournament this past weekend. So it's really exciting time.
You spent a year as a Grizzlies assistant. I'm curious how that helped translate back to your job now and how you helped it open the doors for other women looking to make an impact in the sports industry.
It was such an incredible year, coaching with the Memphis Grizzlies. It was a dream come true. I learned so much from the guys, from Taylor Jenkins, the head coach with the Grizzlies, the organization. It was so transformative for me. I felt like I was getting my doctorate in basketball. I learned so much every day, and I brought all that knowledge here to Notre Dame, being able to see the game from a different perspective, seeing it at the highest level on the men's side was just incredible. My goal is to bring that back here to Notre Dame and continue to impact my women and the women's game in general.
You were there when the one and only, now we can say the one and only because he is doing that this year, Ja Morant was drafted. Did you see this breakout coming, what we're seeing this season? Because we have people here that have said they're going to name their kids after Ja Morant. That's how much we love him.
I'm not surprised at all. Right? His character off the court, his work ethic on the court, but he would do some things in practice that I was just amazed as a coach. He's the type of player that wants to learn and get better every day. He was the type of player that will text me after games. How can I get better? And I know he did that with pretty much all the coaches. And his athleticism is so insane. I've never seen anybody that athletic. But again, he wants to get better. He's a grinder. He makes everyone better around him. So I knew, the past 2 off seasons, he was going to find ways to get better. Whatever his weakness was, he was going to get back in the gym to be better, to be that much better the following season. And to see him in year 3 has been just phenomenal.
It is absolutely nuts. It is highlights every day here at HQ. Look, you may be very humble about it. You are a legend in Notre Dame in your own right, but replacing Coach Muffet McGraw, no small feat. What is it like filling the shoes of a legend? And also, what did you learn from her?
Well, I learned everything from Coach McGraw. She's my role model. I've looked up to her as a player, as a coach, as assistant under her. So I was fortunate to be a part of such greatness for such a long time. 5 years as a player, 12 years as assistant. She's one of the best in the game. She's a legend. So I've learned everything from her. And just to be able to take over a storied program as Notre Dame, a program that I love so much, is so near and dear to my heart. I'm so passionate about this university. It's just a dream come true. It's a blessing to be able to be back in my alma mater and to be able to follow somebody that I absolutely adore.
Olivia Miles is a freshman on your team. She leads your team in scoring and assists. And I know sometimes when freshmen come in, you're like, look, I know they're good, but how quickly they're able to adapt is just so impressive. How impressed are you with her and what she's been able to do?
I'm extremely impressed. You never know how recruits come in first year players, how they translate, in the college game. And right away when she came in, and fortunately for us, she came in early. She played six games as an early enrollee, and I was amazed by her IQ, what she can do on the court. She's a sponge. She picked up the offense and defense so quickly. And then just to see what she's done this year, she's top 5, a finalist with the Nancy Lieberman Point Guard Award. She's first team ACC as a freshman, and then she was second team all ACC tournament. And that is just incredible. She's led the nation in assists right now. She's second in assists. And to see a freshman impact the game so quickly, I think has been the most, I've been the most impressed by her impact.
And when you just see that maturity, because you're like, you forget, oh, they haven't been here forever. This is all new to you still. I can't wait to watch her in the tournament coming up. We mentioned that you were brought to us by Under Armour. We know Access to Sport is a huge initiative for Under Armour. So how are you, Notre Dame and Under Armour, helping to create and inspire change that can lead to more opportunities for female athletes to compete at the highest level?
I think that's what it's all about. I mean, this are values here at Notre Dame, and I think that's why Under Armour and Notre Dame aligns. We're always trying to find opportunities to empower women, find opportunities for our student athletes, and just worldwide, nationally. So I think that's what makes Under Armour so special. Again, it aligns with the brand of Notre Dame, and I know that with incredible leadership that we have here, and that the leadership at Under Armour, that will continue to inspire, will continue to empower our student athletes, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
Niele, Ivey, I know this is like the one rest day you get. I'm sure it's not a rest day for you, maybe for your women. Thank you so much for joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. We cannot wait to watch you guys dance.
Thank you so much. It's going to be exciting.